you guys, welcome back and I hope you guys are doing great. So this is the second video that I'm gonna do in my series of ranking my products. I don't really know what to call it. I've previously done one with lipsticks and this time I'm doing with sunscreens, which is totally different than what I did last time. Sunscreens are something that I've gotten more and more interested in the past year maybe, and surprisingly it's pretty damn difficult to find one that is actually really good and goes well with your skin. So today I thought of sharing my sunscreens that I've tried and ranking them in different aspects that I feel like are important when it comes to a sunscreen. I don't think any more introduction is needed for this, so yes, let's get started. So when it comes to sunscreen, two words that pop into my mind are anti-aging and skin cancer. But I'm very well aware that people care more about anti-aging than skin cancer, even though the other one is a lot more dangerous than aging. But for today, let's consider the anti-aging aspect and talk more about it. So just basic things: if you want to deal with hyperpigmentation, if you have things and concerns related to anti-aging, or if you have actives involved in your skincare routine, a sunscreen is must. I'm pretty sure anyone who is using an active with the knowledge that it's an active knows how important a sunscreen is, so I'm not gonna stress on it anymore. But just to show that anti-aging and sunscreen are very closely related, I'm just gonna use this photo. So I'm pretty sure a lot of people know about this. This was basically published in the New England Journal of Medicine. It's a photo of a truck driver whose left side of the face is very significant in terms of photo aging, which is what UV rays do. I'm sure you have seen this photo around, but that should give you an idea of how important a sunscreen is. And this image is probably a very severe example, but my point with this is no matter what age you are, start using a sunscreen. Maybe you cannot reverse it, but at least you might be able to not accelerate it at the rate that it was previously at. Let's talk about the aspects that I personally look into a sunscreen. So something that is SPF 30 plus, I tend to go for SPF 50, and something that has 4 pluses, which is the highest form of protection that you can get. The consistency needs to be something that is easy to blend in, does not give me a white cast, and at the same time it is affordable, because a sunscreen is something that you're gonna go through very often. So it needs to be at a price tag that I am willing to spend my money on every month. I think on average you should go through your sunscreen per month or every 25 days. I'm not really sure of that metric, which will be different for every person and the type of sunscreen they are using and the quantity that the sunscreen contains. But it needs to be a price tag that I'm willing to fit my budget around every single month. And coming on to how much you want to apply, the measurement is something like 1/4 of a teaspoon, but the best way I can put it in is the 3-finger rule. So 3 lines of sunscreen on these 3 fingers, and that goes for your face, your neck, the back of your neck, and a little bit of your chest. Other ways of application I've seen a lot of people do are apply a thin layer first and then wait for that to settle down and then go in with the second layer. Now this is because a lot of people tend to miss certain areas of their faces when you apply it for the first time. So the second application kind of ensures that you have it everywhere. I personally prefer the 3-finger rule. I know I'm applying it everywhere, and because I'm a person who is slightly more on the tan side, I can very clearly see for the first few moments of applying sunscreen wherever I'm applying it, so I don't really miss a certain part. So yes, those were the 2 ways of application. Let's come on to the candidates that we have for today's video. So the first one is the Neutrogena UltraSheer Dry Touch Sunblock SPF 50 sunscreen. The second one is the Lotus Herbals Safe Sun UV Screen Matte Gel PA+++ SPF 50. The third one, Reequil Ultra Matte Dry Touch Sunscreen Gel SPF 50, and also this has PA++++. And the fourth candidate is the La Shield or LA Shield, however you pronounce it, Sunscreen Gel SPF 40 PA+++. So ranking all of these by the price point would be, the cheapest one is the Lotus one. This retails for 455 rupees for 100 grams of product. Now all of these aren't in grams, some of them are in milliliters, which is the Neutrogena one that is in the milliliters, but I'm pretty sure this is the most inexpensive one, and you can often find this one on discount. So yeah, this is the cheapest one amongst the ones that I have over here. The second cheapest one is the Neutrogena one. It retails for 549 rupees for 88 ml of product. I have chosen the full size to compare, and even though it is an ml, compared to the price point and the volume, I feel like it's cheaper than the last two. The third one is the LA Shield or La Shield one, which retails for 790 rupees for 60 grams of product, and the most expensive one in the entire bunch is the Reequil one, which retails for 695 rupees for 50 grams of product. So if you wanted to choose according to the price point straight up, that's your ranking. Coming on to the amount of protection that all of these offer, the one that offers the most protection is the Reequil one. It has SPF of 50 and PA++++. In the second place, there is a tie for the Lotus one and the Neutrogena one. Both of these are SPF 50 and PA+++, so 3 pluses. And the last one is LA Shield one, which is SPF 40 with 3 pluses. So when it comes to the SPF, this is the least amount of SPF amongst the ones that I have today. me. But again, something that I wanted to mention, SPF 30 plus is good enough, SPF 30 is good enough, so this doesn't really matter that much for me. But I tend to prefer SPF 50 just because that is the highest form. So if I'm getting that, I'm willing to invest in it, but 40 is still good enough. Next, coming on to the texture and how it feels while applying, the last one is the Lotus one. This feels fine when you're applying it, but once you have it on your face, it feels like a layer of something, like a layer of mask that you can take off. And also while applying, sometimes if you are in a hurry and if you apply it in a swift manner, it kind of pills, so that just ruins everything. So yes, this comes in the last place when it comes to texture and application. The third one is the Neutrogena one. The reason why it's in the third place is because this is the most stickiest one. So if you want something that is gonna grip to your makeup, this is probably the one. And I think this is the only one that is waterproof amongst all of these. So if you're going on a beach, this is probably the one that should be taking over any of the other ones that I have here. It is waterproof, it does not come off your face, and it is also one of those that you definitely will have to double cleanse your face even if you're just wearing a sunscreen. With the other three, I'm kinda casual, I can go with just a face wash, but when it comes to Neutrogena one, definitely a double cleanse. Also for this, while applying, it's just not that fun to apply. It's very sticky feeling, not really sticky but greasy compared to the others. Once you apply it, if you apply a lot of it, the 3-finger thing, if you do that, sometimes it will feel like your face has a lot of sunscreen and it takes time to absorb into your skin. But if anyone here compulsorily likes to use primers in their routine, maybe skip the primer and use the Neutrogena one. It might be a little more convenient for you if you're just skipping that layer, since this is very gripping to your face. Next come the Reequil one and the Lash Shield one. Both of these are very similar in texture. Both of them feel like they're whipped, and when you apply it on your face, it's very easy to blend into your face. So yes, they are similar, but I feel like the Lash Shield one might be a little more smoother. If you compare the consistencies, the Lash Shield one is slightly thinner, not really thin, but when you compare, you realize that this is a little more spreadable. So it's slightly easier to apply the Lash Shield one instead of the Reequil one. So I'm gonna place the Lash Shield one in the first place and the Reequil one in the second. The fourth aspect that I wanted to talk about is how makeup sits on these. The first one will be the Lash Shield one. The reason being, it doesn't really dry down to be a matte finish. So even after I have applied it and I have let it sit for a while, I can go in with a matte foundation and not feel like my base is very dry. So that's the reason this is in the first place. The second place goes to the Reequil one. The version that I personally have from the Reequil one is the matte one. So after a while, it does dry down to a matte finish. It is still something I can work with, but it's not my favorite finish to work with. So yes, the Lash Shield one takes the edge slightly more in this one. I don't have a problem with the Reequil one, I just prefer the other one more. The third one will be the Lotus one. You probably did not expect this, but with the Lotus one, I feel like if you're doing your makeup with a sponge, you'll fairly be fine, and after you have set down your face, then you can go in with your brushes. Even then, you have to be really careful, and there will be times when you will just touch your face and see your entire makeup peeling off, but it does not compare to the fourth one. So the fourth one is the Neutrogena one. It literally feels like it's burning my face. I applied it and oh my god, I couldn't even stand it. I had to take my makeup off so quickly after I finished filming the segment that I had to do with that sunscreen. I'm never gonna touch that thing again. I'm gonna use it on my hands and then I'm saying bye to it. It's a good one, but if your skin is sensitive, so for me, when I tested that sunscreen out, I was on tretinoin and I had increased my usage too, so my skin was sensitive. So if your skin is sensitive, it's probably gonna burn a little. After a while, it does feel less, but I've seen a lot of people complain about the fact that the eye area, whenever you apply that sunscreen on that area, which is an area that you should be applying your sunscreen, it irritates their eyes. So yes, maybe this is not the wisest choice. The Lotus one is still fine, it doesn't burn my face off, so that's the reason I put that in the third place and the Neutrogena one in the fourth place. Coming on to reapplication, which one of these are actually good at reapplication? I don't really have a ranking because all of them are pretty bad. So I actually first thought that I could make these work on top of makeup, so I'm talking about this in aspect where you're applying it over makeup. The Lash Shield one, I tried to tap it in, I tried to blend it in, I tried to warm it between my fingers, not just the Lash Shield one, every single one that I had here. It doesn't really work out that well, so yes, we might have to find something else if you want to reapply your sunscreen. If you're wearing minimal makeup, there's not a lot of powder on your face, maybe you can make this work. All of them broke down my makeup pretty damn badly, so yes, reapplication on top of makeup is not easy with any of these. Let me talk about what my final ranking for all of these sunscreens would be. So the first one is the La Shield one. That is the sunscreen that I recently repurchased too. So that is the one that I like wearing underneath makeup if I'm going out, and I'm also assured about the protection. So it is a brand that dermatologists recommend, so you can be assured about the SPF factor actually being there. You guys have probably heard about the Purito controversy, and after that I'm a little scared of sunscreens that are from just cosmetic brands, not really cosmetic brands, but that aren't really medical or pharmacy brands, if you know what I mean. And by this I do not mean that these brands do not work. I just am a little skeptical, and I would like for brands to be a little more open about these things so we can trust them a little easily. And also Indian regulations are not that strict. I mean, they are, but you can sell anything with SPF XYZ written on it, and it will sell until someone complains about it and realize, oh, maybe this does not actually have what it says it has. Yeah, I'm kind of iffy about these things, so I'm gonna trust pharmacy brands for now. So that's the reason La Shield one takes the first place. The second one, if you want it to be trustable, Neutrogena is a brand that you can trust. I've also heard that Lotus is a very trusted brand too. If anyone knows any concrete evidence regarding the two sunscreens, so the Reequil one and the Lotus one, let me know, because if I was to judge my final ranking on the basis of my experience with all of these, the first one would still be the La Shield one, the second one would be the Reequil one, but I can switch both of these around depending on how much money I want to spend and what effect I exactly want. The third and fourth, Neutrogena and the Lotus one, it's honestly, I don't even want to rank these, because there are aspects in which these are pretty bad. There are aspects in which these are pretty good. So the price point, these are cheaper than the first two, but also do they work really well. I've used the Neutrogena one for a really long time, but there is no way I can go back to it now. It's just not the consistency that I prefer. So it's not a proper final ranking, but I feel like this video will still be helpful to a lot of you. If you're going to the beach, you can use the Neutrogena one. If you're going out, if you are wearing makeup, use the La Shield one, use the Reequil one. And if you're staying at home, you do not mind looking like a peeling potato, then use the Lotus one. Wear your sunscreen, it is important. Maybe I will do a part 2 after I've tried a few more sunscreens. You guys have recommended so many to me. Also, I just wanted to mention, till the 4th week of May, videos might be a little spaced out. I'm not planning to create Wednesday videos, so those are gonna be on pause till the 4th week of May, because I have my exams. I'm not studied. I had a viva that I had to deal with. I had an assignment that I had to deal with. So everything is a jumble, and I was not well for the first 3 months of this year, so I couldn't really pre-film a lot. I will still try to put some content out every week, but if that is not possible, I might miss a video or two here and there. Please don't mind it too much. I will be back. I just have my exams, and my exams are a lot more important than YouTube. So yes, that is it. Please like, comment and subscribe. Leave down any video requests that you have. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.